Hi everyone, Alex here. Continuing with the Revit Multi-trade course from 0 to 100. We're going to keep going with the roof structure. This is going to be bedrooms part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, go ahead and watch it now and come back. Now, we have our first truss. What's the next step? The next step is going to be creating a truss array. And then, similar to this truss array, we're going to duplicate the truss to a truss where we're going to modify the width a little bit so that it fits the north bedroom. And then we're going to finish the north bedroom. See you in Revit. And remember, this video is part of our Revit Multi-trade from 0 to 100 course. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, go ahead and watch them now, because if not, you're going to be completely lost. Hi everyone, this is Alex with BIMitUp, where we help you with professional training and coaching in mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fire protection systems, and Autodesk platforms like Revit and AutoCAD MEP. Let's get started. Let's take a look at our 3D view, see how this is going. Let's probably hide our roofs. So visibility graphics override, or VG, go down to our roofs. Actually, instead of hiding it, I'm going to make it transparent. So I'm going to go here, transparency. I'm going to bump it up to, let's say, 80%. Okay, that's pretty good. And that's our first truss. Now we want to create an array. So I'm going to come back to roof framing. And I happen to know that they're spaced 16 inches apart. So I'm going to dimension from this internal wall to here, and I'm going to make that distance 8 inches, which is half. Doesn't really matter. Let's see where we end with the array, and then we'll adjust accordingly. So what I want is, I want to come from here to here with those trusses, and that's 15 feet, which is 180 inches, plus 6 inches, so 186. If we divide that by 16, we end up with 11.6. So I'm going to start with 11, and then if I have to add another truss, I will. So I'll click here, and I'll go array. My number of elements is going to be 11. I'm going to use the second as an example. I'm going to come from here, 16 inches, and hit enter. Yeah, it looks a little weird, but once you hit escape, it's okay. If we want to check on our 3D view, perfect. And now I'm going to add just one more element. So I can click anywhere on my array, and I can make this 12. I could probably select all these trusses. I'm going to filter. I'm going to get just the model groups, which are those trusses. And I'm just going to nudge them down a little bit, just like that, so they're centered. Go back to my 3D view. This is looking great. Let's go now with our north bedroom. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm actually going to get this guy. I'm going to do tab select, because remember, if you click here, you're selecting the model group, because it's part of an array. And I'm going to keep it as an array in case I need to make a change. It will change in all of them. But what I want to select is the actual truss. So I do tab select, and I'm going to copy it over. And I'm going to copy it all the way to the north wall. Not all the way, but you know, like somewhere around here. And this distance doesn't matter too much right now, because once we do the array, we'll adjust accordingly. What matters is that this is that exterior wall. And now I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to edit type. I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to call it North Bedroom Truss. I'm going to click OK. And this doesn't really matter. I don't have to do this, because these are all instance parameters. So each one of these trusses can be different under the same type. But you know, just for consistency. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to bring it. I'm shrinking it. But now we need to get our section and see what's happening, right? So let's take a look at that section. And then obviously what happened here is that since this roof is wider than this one, when we shrunk it, the aspect ratio changed. So we have to adjust that. And we can do that by measuring. You know, we want this point to align to this point, right? So let's measure that from here to here. It's about 4.76 inches. So if we click on our truss, we can make this 0.74. Actually, let's make it 0.3 inches. And that's very good. Now let's go back to our roof framing plan. And we want to make an array. So let's measure our distance. It's going to be from this wall to more or less around here. So about 17 feet divided by 16 inches. You get 12.75. So 13 trusses. I'm going to do 12. And if I need the other one, I add it. So I'll click here. Array. Set 12 this time. Then you can click anywhere on your screen, 16 inches. I had to fix some inconsistent groups. We go to our 3D view, we're looking great. I'll click here, I'm gonna add that 12th element. Getting the same message, just fix groups, create new group type. Can actually add one more, so I'm gonna change this to 13. And again, take a look at our 3D view. It's looking really good. And let's take a look at this opening here. This opening happens somewhere around here. And what you see there is this truss. So that's that truss right there. And then when I get in and I look south, so in this direction, you can see that there's two trusses south of this one. So you got this one, which is the one that's exposed through the opening. And then you have two more. So I'm gonna make this 15. And then we know, because of our foundation plan, that this is a load-bearing wall. So this one's resting this trusses here. But these 5 trusses here are a little bit different from the ones here, because this go the full span. But then this one rests here, but I don't believe they go all the way through. I think they get cut here, so you can catch all this structure here with trusses going north-south. So let's go ahead and do the trusses north-south first, and then we'll deal with this little part later. And you can get as fancy as you want as far as how the trusses attach to the wall plate and how the structural members attach to each other with bracing and plates. But we're not going to get into those details because we have to move on to get to MEP. Now make sure you visit BIMitUp.com. Over there you'll be able to log in if you already have login information, or if you want to become a member, you can sign up with Google, Facebook, or with your email address. And once you're a member and you're logged in, you have access to a lot of good features. You can access your bookings from here, you can go to my programs, and even some free ones that I offer there. I'm running a little bit of a scholarship program here because I don't want money to be the reason why you cannot develop professionally. So these are all the programs that I'm a participant on, and these are the ones that I have completed. So go ahead and visit BIMitUp.com. Becoming a member is free, but I do not run ads in any of my stuff. So the creation of the content is made possible entirely from patrons and other contributions. So if you can, consider subscribing. I'll leave a link in the description of the video, and I'll see you soon.